Welcome back, brothers and sisters, to another show where I'm going to be enlightening your mind. But I had to wake you up with that powerful track, and you know I produced that beat there. I just woke up, y'all, and you might be saying, damn, boy, it's afternoon time. Well, shit, I stayed up all night, you know what I'm saying, editing videos, making beats, and goddamn preparing this live stream that I was going to do for you today. You know, sleep is overrated. In fact, let's talk about sleep, because that's what death is. It's sleep, okay? Now, today we're going to be talking about the spiritual meaning of crossing the arms. Now, many of you have seen these pharaohs throughout Egypt, mummified, buried in their tombs and stuff like that. And you never really just ask yourself, why the hell is his arms crossed? I mean, that's the most obvious thing to point out about the burial, because when we get buried today, they don't cross our arms. So why did the Egyptians cross the arms? What are those things in his hands? And what is this all about? You're gonna know today. And after the day, you're gonna be able to teach it. All right? So how everybody doing? Good to see y'all. I will be having another show today at some point, hopefully. I don't want to lie if I have time. But now let's get right into this. So now what you see, of course, to the far right is the pharaoh with his arms crossed in the classic mummified burial position. Now, that little symbol that you see next to the pharaoh, hey, big shout out to my brother Be Strong. Salute back to you, my brother. Thank you for the support. Shout out to you too, Willie Lil John. What's good, bro? I see you throw it in a super chat, brother. Appreciate y'all, brothers, man. Let me give y'all this knowledge. Now, the symbol that you see next to the pharaoh's foot, that's called a West African Adinkra symbol. Now, there are many Adinkra symbols, but this one is the most powerful one. And because it represents micro, macro, in fact, the Dogon got the same symbol, but they call it a Kananga. Now, what is that symbol? This is one of the oldest symbols in West Africa. It's called an Adinkra. And to the left of that, inside of the TV screen, you have an electromagnetic energy field. Shout out to Jerk Beasley Art. Thank you for the love, brother. Appreciate that. Love y'all, brothers, man. Now, we're going to talk about this electromagnetic energy field, right? Because we know that the earth is an electromagnetic energy field, and we know that we're made out of electric energy. So if earth is an electromagnetic energy field, and a human being is an electromagnetic energy field, as you can see here, now you can see why the pharaoh hold his arms that way. In other words, this was the ancient Egyptian way of saying, as above, so below, receive me as I came. My body is prepared in a way that resonates with the cosmic code. So everything that the Egyptians did, they did according to this symbol, to this cosmic code. Everything they did. In fact, most of the traditions we do today and everything in our society can be synced right back to these symbols and ancient spiritual systems. Now, what you got to realize is this symbol is the most powerful symbol on earth. So powerful that the Egyptians said, when I die, I want you to place my body this way, in this style. Now, there are many burial styles, but this was the most prominent burial style for pharaohs. Why? Why don't regular people get to be buried this way? Well, I got my beliefs. Back in the day, they didn't want everyone to resurrect to the higher heavens of the gods. When they started, see, back during these days with the rise of the pharaoh, occult knowledge was only exclusive to the royal families at that time, and the peasants, well, hell, we just throw them in a ditch and bury them. They didn't care nothing about burying a peasant in a proper burial style. They didn't give a fuck what happened to your soul after you died. You're a peasant. Same thing today, to the fact where they creating technology to intercept the soul and trap it in a computer. But that's going to be another stream. We're going to show you how they started this desecration, and the way we're buried today ain't really the proper way. Why the hell can't I be buried like the Pharaohs, standing up with my arms crossed? And what's the difference? Well, let me tell you. According to my research, being buried this way prepares you for the afterlife journey. Now, let me explain. When the body is no longer alive, and the energy that we call the soul, the spirit, leaves the earth, it leaves the earth a certain way. And I'm starting to find out, depending on how you die, determines how you leave the earth. Now, everyone gonna leave the earth different, but one thing is true: everybody gonna leave the earth. Everybody came here different, but everybody came here through the womb. We're gonna exit through the earth womb. Now, Brother Sanchez, where is the doggone earth womb? Here it is, right here. This opening in the top right here, the Egyptians called Shu, because all of the energy shoes through the center of the earth, or what they call the North Pole. All of the energy on earth recycles itself through this Shu. This is Shu with his arm raised, and it became a god named Yeshua, or Jesus. Give me 1 second and I'll hook y'all up, because I love you that much. I'm gonna take 1 second, and guess what I'm gonna do? Guess what your brother gonna do for you? He's going to give you some visuals. That's what your brother gonna do for you. That's what I'm gonna do for you. Right on. Because this is redundant to people that follow me, but before we get into why the Pharaoh arms is like that, you got to understand what he representing. His rod and his staff are the two little items that you see in his hand, and that's representative of his sun and his moon. Now, when we die, the ancestors said we split. We split. The higher self exits the earth through the top of the sky, called the sky vault. The lower self exits the earth through the bottom, called Sheol. Now you got a left and right side too that they don't talk about. That would be synonymous with the subconscious and conscious. However you want to put this, there's 4 parts that make up the human, just like the 4 elements: soul, spirit, and there's these 2 other halves that we call mind. And then you have another half, and you can look at that. You can look at this as like the devil and the angel on the shoulder, and you have the root chakra and the crown chakra, one above your head, one below your feet. So this is the Christian cross, because we have the human is surrounded by a box of energy. Now stay with me, because this gonna make sense in a minute. Now check this out. When we leave the earth, our upper half, a higher self, go through the sky vault, the bottom half go through Sheol, and the left and right halves, or what they call the 2 thieves, exit out through the sun and the moon. So when we leave the earth, we separate into 4 parts. And I know I've been saying 2 parts, but we only need to focus on those 2 parts that I mentioned, because those represent how the consciousness is being transmitted. So the energy break down into 4 parts, and I'll be getting deeper into these 4 parts later. So as I research, I give it to you in real time. I research every night, and I try to wake up and give it to y'all fresh. Now, why do I say that the Egyptian god Shu is Yahshua? Well, we're dealing with an electromagnetic energy field that was personified, and the part that transports the energy was called a Shu. Like a chimney is a chute, all right? And a parachute transports energy from a plane to the ground, all right? A human from the plane to the ground. Same thing here. This is a chute that transports the human from the ground to the sky. So it's the same as a parachute, but it works in reverse, and it was personified as Shu, and then it became a god called Yeshua, who you call Jesus. This is going to play an important role in a minute with the Pharaoh burial, because now here go Jesus, right? You can see why I said he's Shu, because you see Shu in between the two thieves, which are the sun and moon. Why do they call the sun and moon the two thieves? Because when we die, they receive what we are as energy breaks down into 4 separations of 25%. Now, the 25 is a very powerful number in cosmology and numerology, because 25 represents the number 7 being completion. So if you notice, your money system is separated in 25. I don't think there's no goddamn coin higher than the quarter. Not that we use the most. You got a 50-cent piece and a dollar coin, but traditionally the quarter is the highest coin that we use day to day in normal economics. 25 is how we can really deal and split the money up evenly if I'm dealing with change. That's why the football game separated into 4 quarters. So we separate into 4 quarters when we leave the game, which is life. Our energy breaks down into 4 different types of plasma. Okay? And plasma ascends. It ascends. And some plasma descends. And they call that, see, when we leave this earth, we become fallen angels and shooting stars. Now, why do they call it a shooting star? Now we finna talk about this Pharaoh. Now Christians teach that when they die, they got to go through Jesus. Y'all better listen to me. Check out what I'm telling you now. These comedic folks ain't gonna give you this shit. These Christians are being taught when they die, they got to go through Jesus. But what am I telling you? Jesus is a personification of a tunnel or a funnel. We slide through a funnel. Our energy slide through these wormholes or funnel-like, tunnel-like systems. That's why people say, man, I was near death and it felt like I was spiraling down a slide. Don't you know that the word funeral come from the word funnel, which is the word tunnel, which is the word fun, man? This is a fun ride to the next stage. Now, have you ever been to the bank? They got these little tubes, and you put your ID and your transaction material inside of that tube, and it shoots it up through a little tunneling system. This is how the soul moves throughout these different wormholes throughout the cosmos. Now let me get me a mic check, because the shit I'm dropping is so powerful that I want to make sure y'all checking with me. Cool, we're going to keep going. Now, have you ever been to the bank? We transport material to the banker back and forth this way. Now, when Brother Sanchez say your energy break down into 4 different types, I'm going to show you what that look like. See, I make these collages for y'all because I love you that much. I'll sit up and I'll spend 2-3 hours making a collage like this right here. And I do it because I don't like to talk that much. And if I put that up there, I can take me a break like I'm about to do now. And I'm going to let you look over that. And I'm going to show you why that Pharaoh got his arms crossed. Now let me, before we go to this, before I leave y'all to study that real quick, because that's showing you how the energy break down into 425%. the four corners of the earth are 490-degree angles that make up the 360. But them 490-degree angles are there to receive your 425% energy breakdowns. Man, let me tell you something. When you die, you explode. And your explosion separates you into 4 different types of energy. You split. The body is the bond that are bonding all of those different parts of yourself into one being. But when the body ain't there to tie them all together, they explode back out where they came from. Man, listen, if you got a balloon tied to a brick and you move the brick, that damn balloon gonna take off up into the sky. Man, your body is what's holding your light body, your energy here. Now, when your body die, your soul can be free. And man, when that body die, buddy, it explodes, man, and your energy bursts out, man. You talking about a nuclear bomb. Man, but listen here. When you look here, when I tell you you the bomb, I mean that shit literally. Y'all just be talking, but the shit you be saying is goddamn powerful. You the bomb, damn it, you the bomb. You the bomb, and you waiting to blow. What motherfuckers say? I can't wait to blow up, man. You waiting to exhale. And that last exhale, that last breath is an explosion, boy. That soul gonna shoot off and it's gonna exit out the 4 corners of the earth. Now, them 4 corners of the earth are 490-degree angles. What am I telling you? Them the 490-degree angels, man. Them the 4 angels at the 4 corners of the earth waiting to receive the 4 different type energies that make you up. So don't be scared. It's something that'll catch you. It's a net system. Nature know what it's doing. It got this thing set up all right. Man, when you die, get ready to have fun. You ever been on a water slide? Let me show you something before I take a break. You ever been on a water slide before? Let me show you something. What happens when you get on a water slide? Look at the Pharaoh arms. Y'all better stop playing with me. I know what the hell I'm talking about. Look at that Pharaoh arms, man. What you do when you get your ass on a water slide? You cross them arms like the Pharaoh so you can fit down the slide and balance your energy right. So when I die, I want my goddamn arms crossed like the Pharaoh, flat power. You can call me crazy all you want to, but he didn't do it for no reason. Now when I get back, we're gonna go deep into this thing. I wasn't gonna be gone too long. Now let me show you why that Pharaoh got his arms crossed, because none of these Masons ain't gonna tell you. Now they taught you something called, first of all, let me crawl first. Let's crawl. I told you when you die, you're a shooting star. They call that an asteroid. But the word asteroid became the word asterisk, as you can see here. And the symbol that you use for the asterisk just so happened to be the goddamn Pharaoh with his arms crossed. Now I told you, Mother Nature gonna receive your energy a certain way down that chute. I think that the way the body is prepared got a lot to do with how comfortable our journey gonna be. Now she gonna receive you, that's for sure. But I think the way the body is prepared for burial determines how bumpy the ride gonna be or how smooth the ride gonna be. So I think the Pharaohs shape their body that way so they can fit down that chute, because everything is connected, right? That's why they show you some people who died by getting their head chopped off. You will see their damn spirit missing the head on the astral plane while they in between the worlds as a ghost. You will see whatever happened to them on earth reflected in their spirit. Then it show you when they finally go through the white light and be born again, they regenerated their body and they look pretty again. That's when you get renewed. They telling you the truth in Hollywood movies. So when you stay around this earthly plane as a ghost, however, the memory of how you died is still in your spiritual essence. Until you leave this earth and explode and break your energy down, you can't renew yourself to a new body, a new creature. So even though you die, your spirit can linger around this earth. And if you got shot 8 times, your ghost will have them damn 8 wounds on it. You'll linger around this earth till you realize that you need to move on. And when you move on, you'll get a new body and renew yourself. But a lot of souls will linger around because they just can't get over the tragic way they died. So there is a plane in between these worlds where you get to sit here and make your mind up for a minute, whether you want to come back and be born again here or move on through the chute to the next phase. So once you decide to move on, you explode, is what I'm saying. There's a way we leave the earth. And the best way I can show you is with this collage right here. So Jesus represents rebirth, but it's the rebirth of spiritual energy. And it's showing you here how that energy breaks down at the North Pole. Now I'm gonna take me an ibuprofen, man, because I've been going through to a holistic dentist, getting all of the amalgams removed from my mouth. If you got mercury fillings in your mouth, I don't care how much money you gotta spend, get them suckers removed out of your mouth, because that mercury is entering your blood and it's fucking you up. I'm telling you, I got 2 of them removed and I'm thinking better. I'm feeling more energetic. I got 2 more to get removed, y'all. And I'm telling you, my mouth been painful because they just keep on working on it. You know what I'm saying? And I can't chew the way I want to chew. So give me a minute. Let me take my little ibuprofen because it's starting to, that pain's starting to flare up. Yeah, it's gonna cost you about a good, it's gonna run you a couple $1,000. And my mouth is bad. I ate a bunch of junk food coming up. So I'm fixing my mouth and I'm getting organic fillings in there. No reason should you have mercury in your mouth. They're killing us on purpose. And when you understand how much infection and pus is within that mercury, you want to go see a holistic dentist, but we'll talk about that later, and I'll let you see the process I'm going through, and maybe it'll work for you because I'm feeling better and better, man. But let me get back on topic here. energy breaks down at the North Pole, and this collage is to show you how that happens. And as you can see, this is the symbol of the Jesuit cross. This is the dollar sign, because energy is a current. Now, the Last Supper is something you want to pay attention to, because the Last Supper is an image that shows you how the soul is being eaten by the zodiac. So the zodiac, each of the zodiac is an animal, and the ancestors said upon death these animals eat up the soul. These are the spiritual vultures that eat up the soul upon death, the zodiac. So we are received through the stars as we journey back to the source. Our energy breaks down like an explosion. This cross that you're looking at is really an explosion. Let me show you. You see? So the Pharaoh with his arms crossed is represent how energy is traveling as an explosion. And each degree of spark that's coming from the center travels through a wormhole like a tube. It looks like this. So it's not some violent, uncontrolled explosion. It's more like the different types of energy that's making up the body, which can be represented by the little ball in the middle. All of your energy goes through a star. In other words, every little star in the sky receives a piece of your light energy when you explode. You go through every single star, and your energy breaks. Listen, 25, 25, 25 represent the four corners of the earth, and each corner break down a 25% into smaller degrees. Before you know it, if you split this ball up into four corners, you will have 25, 25, 25, 25, but each slice will have a bunch of little lines within it, degrees within it, where each 25 is breaking up into degrees, right? So you can look at it this way, like an explosion. And that 360 represent 100%. And within that 100%, it breaks down 25, 25, 25, 25. And like I said, a 25 breaks down as each angle or angel. The four angels at the four corners of the earth will receive 25% each of your light energy. But they won't receive it as a chunk of 25%. They're breaking it down into tubes. Like I told you, when you go to the bank, how we send stuff through tubes. So think of the body, think of the energy exploding, right? And as it explodes, it busts away from the point of singularity in four big ass chunks. And as them four chunks go towards the four corners of the earth, they start breaking up into little bitty pieces. And each little fragment of light flies into a star. Y'all get what I'm saying? Every star in the sky receives a little portion of your light energy, and you're filtered through the sky. So when you explode, it ain't like it's just a violent explosion like you see here and the fucking sparks just go wherever they want to. It's more like something is pulling you apart. That kind of explosion. It ain't like you just boom exploding outward. No, it's that these four angels that's at the four corners of the earth are pulling you from out of this reality. So when you leave the body, you got four guardian angels at these four corners. And these four corners can be looked at as four trumpets. These angels, these little cones, can be seen as an angel with their trumpet. And they sucking in the light energy from the earth Every millisecond someone is dying. So these angels got their job cut out for them. These angels, they are corners of the earth, but they're also conscious beings because they know what to receive. It's like a factory. Each corner of the earth, okay, I'm accepting the blue light. This one say, okay, I got the red light. Because what makes you, what composes you as the light, you are a shining white light. But as that white light travels back to the source, it breaks down into the different colors of the rainbow. Because what creates the white light are all the colors together. So as that white light breaks down and return back home, it travels through the ethers, and the ethers are separated by color codes. So you break down and you're filtered through each net or each little dome, little rainbow arch. But the way your energy exits this earth is through these four corners. And if you look at Saturn, Saturn with the rings around it is just an explosion. It's got the four-leaf clover. See, this is what I'm giving you is the secrets of the four-leaf clover. Now, why does the Pharaoh got his arm crossed? I want you to look in the top right corner at the $ symbol. Now, what I'm trying to do is open up your third eye some more to show you that that $ symbol in the top right corner is the serpent sliding down the pole, and the serpent is your sine wave, your spiritual energy. Your spiritual energy is the serpent. It slides down the North Pole because when you die, it's the North Pole that's separating the energy. It's the North Pole that's turning and it's breaking down your energy, scattering it throughout the cosmos. It's shredding you up. That's why it's called a ripper or the reaper. Because when your light energy leaves the body, it's separated because Mother Nature is a neat freak. She separates everything in order. And what is it? What does the separate is the spinning of the North Pole. So as that vortex receives your soul, it's gonna be shredding it up, man. It's just like a tornado. The tornado is a vacuum, meaning if you outside during a tornado, the tornado tends to pull you into it when you enter a certain threshold. But once you get pulled into the tornado, you get shredded up, man, like mozzarella. So your light big body gets shredded up and scattered into the stars and separated into the different stars, which are the different angels to receive us, the different archangels, because these are the angles in the arch. The dome, the sky is a dome. All right, and the way you can look at that sky dome is like this. Let me show you. You ever saw that Walt Disney, hold on, Walt Disney show you this. Here we go right here. So the sky is a dome, but it's not a perfect smooth ass circle. All right, it's more like a tetrahedron type dome. It's a circle, but it's wavy, it's rigid, like the ocean water surface. You ever been to the ocean? Yeah, it's a flat horizon line, but the water got texture to it. So the dome above us, it's a dome, but it's got angles on it. It's got like these little angles, like origami. And each one of these bends or these angles in the dome, each one of these little ridges, we see it as a star. We see it as starlight. But that's just a point. We're inside of this thing, and all of the little points represent the starlight. That's why I'm showing you this plasma ball. Here's what I'm talking about. This is the Pharaoh with his arms crossed. That's the six-pointed star. This shows you how a snowflake transports his energy as well. Condensation is how energy breaks down, because in order for you to go to the highest parts of the earth, you got to get light. And plasma is the lightest forms of energy. So you want to burst up out of this place, you got to become an asteroid. Now listen, each one of these little angles in the dome can be seen as a vein tip coming from this plasma ball. Each one is a star in the sky. And that's how we break down our energy. See, let me show you. Look, it's a net around your body. Look here. The reason it's a net, man, listen, let me show you. The reason it looked that way like a spider web is for the same reason Walt Disney, that golf ball looked that way. Think of a golf ball, right? Think of a golf ball. Think of a spider web. Like I said, it's a filtering system. The light body that's around you is designed to go to the stars. Each one of these little diamonds goes to a little fingertip. All right? When the body is no longer here in the middle of this thing to anchor this light body to the earth, this thing explodes, man. When the body is no longer in the middle of that soul to anchor it to the earth, because your heavy ass body is what's anchoring your light body to the earth right now, like a balloon tied to a brick. But when the body die, this what's gonna happen. That balloon gonna fly away. When you untie from that brick, that balloon gonna fly away. And that's what's gonna happen to this spaceship around your body. This the UFO ship that goes back to the sky. But it breaks down and explodes, just like you see the Pharaoh. See, the Pharaoh got his body like an explosion. Let me show you what the Pharaoh represent. Here we go right here. They showing it to you in all of these different ways. It's an explosion coming from a pole. You the pole, the point of singularity. Here you go, you the pole. Now, when this, think about a grenade, right? Let me show you something. You are a living grenade, man. Listen here. When Brother Sanchez pulled a goddamn pin on this grenade, buddy, it's gonna explode. You can't stop it. You can't reverse it. Ain't nothing you can do but get your ass up out the way. Once you pull this pin on it, you can't reverse that death. Why you think you can't bring people back from the dead? Because when a person die, man, they not already exploded, man. Look at here. You are the pin that's stopping the damn grenade from exploding, you human being. When the human being dies, it's like pulling a damn pin on a grenade. You are the damn pin in the middle of the dang on grenade, and when you die, that's the creator pulling you, the pin from the grenade, and exploding you from the earth. Okay? Very simple. Very simple. The soul or the spirit, the ethereal energy around your body is very potent. It's so damn potent that can't nothing hold it, man. The reason can't nothing hold it, because this energy that's around you is the lightest shit in the cosmos. And the only thing keeping it stuck to earth is this human body. The energy inside of this damn grenade is so potent, man. I'm talking about this little wall right here can't hold the explosive energy inside of this damn grenade. And the only thing stopping this thing from blowing up is this little pin in the middle. This little pin in the middle. But once you pull that shit up, ain't no stopping us now. All right? When the body that, hey, I'm beating a dead horse. You see what I'm saying? Let me move the fuck on right now. So we are an asteroid, an explosion, a shooting star, an asterisk. And if you look at the symbol, like I said, it's the Pharaoh with his arms crossed, because we waiting to slide through these ethers. Each one of these little stems. Where we at? Where my plasma ball? Where my plasma ball? Come on, quit playing with me now. I'm on the road now, goddammit. There. Okay? Each one of these stems is receiving a degree, a percentage of what you are as ethereal light. All right? The Merkaba is an explosion, y'all. It's what they call in the Big Bang, man. Let me show you something. You say, how do I fly my Merkaba? You don't. Here's the human Merkaba. Let me show you what's going on here. What happens to you is that all of the angels surrounding the earth, when you leave the body, they have a tug of war match. And don't nobody win, it's a tie. What do you mean, Brother Sanchez? If you look, I know this is a small picture. Let me see if I can blow this up. I'm gonna do that for y'all, because I love you so much. So the different angles of the earth, when they receive your energy, all right, look at this Merkaba. You see the different points around it? There's really more points than that, but we can only perceive and conceive and draw and so many in our reality. We ain't motherfucking in the fifth dimension, and we ain't on them higher levels yet, where if I give you a sheet of paper, you can draw a 10-dimensional object. We still on earth, y'all. So understand that when you look at this Merkaba, you missing a lot of the angles and degrees. It looks more like, it should look more like, let me show you. It should look more like this. But the only way we can draw an explosion with that many angles is just to fucking do this big glob, man. Because we can't perceive that many ethers, man. Like for example, listen what I'm telling you. Hold on for a second. Think about this plasma ball. Think if I would, look, it's so many stems that's not here, all right? It's supposed to be so many stems that's so thin, we're talking trillions and gazillions of them coming from this one middle point, but you wouldn't be able to perceive them. You wouldn't be able to perceive an infinite amount of little bitty threads coming from this dot. You know what it'll look like? One huge motherfucking colored circle. You won't be able to see it as a bunch of little stems coming from one point. If I made an infinite amount of stems thin as hell coming from this one point, you won't be able to tell them apart. You'll just see one black ass border around here. You won't know that. You won't be able to tell the separation. So we don't have as many stems or ethers as there is up there, because we can only perceive a limited amount from our ether. There are worlds beyond ours with even more ethereal openings in them. And the higher up you go, the more you can see being projected up there in the sky from below. It doubles up. So the farther back you go beyond this realm, the more you can see. It's like you're moving up into the sky. It's more stars to see than what we see. We're in a lower realm. But if we were in those higher planes of existence, we would see more of the sky or more ethereal connections. And our math would be different. We'll be able to count to higher numbers. We'll have a higher, different kind of math. So our math breaks down where we're able to perceive our world and separate the different netters. And the math is built into our reality based upon how we perceive. Just the way a germ would perceive a circle. Now, a germ is an intelligent creature. It has a heartbeat, a mind, and everything you have. It's just in a smaller realm. But what does a circle look like to a germ? If you were to look at a germ's circle, you would see a little bitty damn dot. But to that germ, that's a huge ass circle. But from your dimension, it's a little dot, and you had to zoom into a microscope to see the little dot. But to that germ, that's a big ass circle. You can't even perceive it as that because your eyes ain't made to see within that little microcosm world. You got to develop instruments that'll let you see inside of that microscopic world. Just like we got to develop instruments to see out into the macrocosmic world. Now, the only instrument you need to see within is your own inner tuition and third eye. And that's how you decode this shit. And you won't have to have no instruments other than the heart, the mind, what God gave you to make sense out of it. Now, what happens when this Merkaba is received by the ethers? Each of the goddamn ethers pull on a different point. And it looks like an explosion. It's not really an explosion. Think of a pizza, right? Think of Brother Sanchez ordered pizza, and they chopped that pizza up in all these little slices, and everybody standing around a pizza pulled the slice. Is it really an explosion? Did the pizza just explode? No, everybody just pulled them a slice of the pie. And that's how the netters receive us. Each of the netters pull a slice of what you are as light energy. The four strongest ethers represent those four corners where the ether ends, because the ether is a tent, is a barrier around the earth. The strongest parts are the corners of the tent. You know that, man. You know that. If you ever been inside of the tent, where is the most tension? The fucking point in the middle, and the four corners around the damn tent got the strongest angles, the most damn energy. If you play music inside of a tent, the bass will build up in the corners. Did you know that? That's why if you come inside of Bro Sanchez garage, I make a lot of bass music. So guess what I had to buy? I had to buy bass traps so that the bass don't build up in the corners. Did you know that? If you're a music producer, I'm giving you some game, you fucking your mix up, you ain't mixing your bass right. If you sitting inside of a box-shaped room with four corners and you ain't got no cushion and no pillows in the corners, you messing your damn music mixes up. That's why my shit beat the way it beat. Because I got my room treated and I understand how the science about how energy moves. Sound is energy. Low vibrations concentrate in corners. High vibrations concentrate in corners. All right, so you got high, low, and mid. And the high and low vibrations are the corner vibrations. They concentrated in corners. The middle vibrations is what it says in the middle. So that the middle vibrations are bouncing. If you in a box-shaped room, all of the middle frequencies of your beat is ping-ponging around those flat walls. That's cool. That's all right. But your high and your low frequencies are piling up in the corners, man. It's piling up there. So you missing some of you probably be putting too much high in your mix or too much low in your mix, because some of your high and low is in the fucking corners. The corners of a box room are vortexes. Sound piles up in the corners. So when you go into a studio, if it's shaped like a box, look in the corner, you will see they got cushion in all of the corners so that the sound won't be able to build up right there. Did you know that? So the earth is made the same way. The earth is like a box, and our spiritual resonance, or our... Yo, can y'all still hear me? Because I don't see the chat moving. Can y'all hear me? Because I'm getting worried. I don't think... Talk to me. Somebody tell me I'm doing good. Do something. Give me some flat powers. Show me some love real quick, because I didn't see the chat moving. Okay, I see you. I see you. Cool. Yeah, so I'm just going to move on. I think y'all get the point that that's why our energy is received through the four corners of the earth. Because what makes up the light body, the spirit is sound frequency. In other words, every single light source is emitting a sound, folks. You can't hear it because it's such a high frequency. But if you was in a soundproof room and you put a very sensitive microphone next to the light source, you will get a reading. Light is sound, people. Light is sound. So think about that, because when you bathing in the sun rays during a beautiful day, that's the song playing you music, man. And you can see the trees and the clouds dancing to the music of the sun. Everything is a song. So, but anyway, that's why those four corner angels had musical instruments. All right. Now think about that, because birds chirp to attract one another. So when we die, it's like the ethereal angels are like these, playing these beautiful tunes to attract our souls back to where it belongs, to be recycled. So the soul following the music, and there's four different rhythms being played to split you from yourself. As you try to travel to each one, you're breaking apart, or you're ripping. You're ripping, and they call it RIP. They say when you die, you RIP. You rip. You rip. When you die, you RIP. And I'm showing you why they say that. Here's how the ripping work. Because when the ethereal body no longer has the body to anchor it to the earth, all of those angels start pulling you apart, man. It's like I said, if I cut a birthday cake and everybody pull a slice, it start to look like an explosion. All right. Now I'm gonna move on to the next part. So let's look at the Pharaoh with his arms crossed, and let's sync him to some more symbols around the world. Let's sync this Pharaoh to some more symbols around the world, because so far I've given you the asterisk, I've given you the electromagnetic energy field, and let's see some more. Now look at this. It's the Queen of Heaven, and you want to pay attention to her arms crossed just like the Pharaohs. All right. The Catholics do this all the time when they pray. So this ain't exclusive to the Egyptians. The Greeks was unified with them. So a lot of them buried their queens and kings in this style as well. So when you go to Egypt, you do see white pharaohs with their arms crossed too. It was an America style government. So the Queen of Heaven represents the macro body. She represents this afterlife journey, meaning you being reborn on another plane through another mother. And you going through this dome right here. You see this dome? You see that opening? That's what we're talking about. It ain't necessarily that, see, this is Mount Calvary. This is the North Pole. And what you got to realize, it ain't necessarily that we enter it. It shreds us up. Like I just showed you, it shreds us up so that we can enter the heavens. We can't enter the sky unless the North Pole breaks our energy down. Okay? So that's the beauty of this North Pole vortex or Mount Calvary. That's where Jesus' energy broke down at so it can ascend up to heaven. So it's on this Mount Calvary at the North Pole that breaks our energy down so that we can be received through the stars. It can scatter it up through the stars, through the ethers, through the stems. So this is one other symbol we can sync the Pharaoh to. And again, we already synced it to the water slide, because when we die, we travel down that chute or that slide, that funnel. We have that funeral or that funeral when we go into that funnel or that tunnel. Okay? So that little opening that you saw on the Great Mother, that little dark vortex, it's a tunnel or a funnel. But you ain't gonna enter it because it's spinning around. And the moment you make contact with it, it's gonna shred you up and scatter you out into the stars. And once you exit the earth through those different stars, you will be put together again in another world. So this is the story of Osiris or Osar being chopped up and put back together again. That story that they give you in Egypt, where they chop the body up and put them back together again. Yeah, each of the zodiacs eat up the body. So all of them stars make up the zodiac animals, and that's what's gonna eat up your light energy. All right, them animals gonna get they eat on, but they just transport your energy. You enter their mouth and you go out their butt on the other side of the sky. That darkness is like we inside of a wall, but there's light behind it. Yes, there's an end to the darkness, and then light begins again. That darkness is just where our level of understanding ends. That darkness is where our level of understanding ends. So once we're able to perceive higher realms, we don't see it as darkness. Our eyes are open from the darkness. Now, it's crazy because a lot of people close their eyes when they go down the slide, just like this lady doing right here. And that's like walking through that narrow gate that the Bible speak of, where you won't have sight. You travel by feel. You travel by feel. The baby can't see inside of that fetus, but it feels, and that's what the spirit is one of those creatures that reads reality through the Braille system. If you ever looked at blind people uses Braille, the spirit feels, it don't see. So you think about that, because they call it the valley of the shadow of death, the gateway to dark valley. So maybe we go through it's a dark journey, just like it was getting here. But you know what you're doing in the dark. You're a magician in the dark, working in blind, man, putting yourself together. And that's the beauty of it, because it's subconscious. Like it's muscle memory. The moment you leave the body, the higher body know how to put the physical body back together again. So the earth got a system to where everything is conscious of what it's supposed to do. The light body knows to travel to the North Pole to be broken down and be received through the stars, so it can be remembered or put back together again. When you chop something up, that's called dismembered. But we reincarnate, we are remembered in another reality. It's gonna always be a re in front of all of this stuff, because energy was never created and it can never be destroyed. It can only be recycled and recycled and recycled. Re is always gonna be in front of words like resurrection and stuff like that. Re is always gonna be there, because this is the infinite part of what we are. And it always needs to be addressed with re, because there's no beginning to it. It's just re. You know what I'm saying? Returning. So when we return, it's like a recess period. That's why they call it recess or halftime. It's just a little dark space in between, right? And remember that sleeping is slipping. We don't die, we just slip to another reality, or we sleep to another reality, and when we wake up, we find ourselves in that reality. So death is just a slipping or a sleeping, or you slipping down a slide. You slipping down a slide. They call it the slippery slide. It's the sleepery slide. You headless horseman of Sleepy Hollow. Why do they call it Sleepy Hollow? Because this is a holographic reality, and you're sliding down a hollow vortex made of light. You know why? Because you are electric energy, and electric energy travels through cords. Electric energy travels through tubes. Electric energy travels through wires. Electric energy travels through tunnels. Electric energy travels through slides. The itsy bitsy spider went down the water spout. Out came the rain and flushed the spider out. You see, Mario goes down a pipe when he traveling through them worlds. I'm going to say it again, because we all love to play us some Mario and Luigi. But why the hell do they got Mario and Luigi going down pipes to skip through different worlds? Who gave them that idea? Because it ain't original. The ancestors been talking about you going down the pipe, down the funnel, through the funeral, to go to different worlds, through the wormhole. Why they got Mario going down the pipe? You thought that nigga just set up and said, you know what? I'ma have Mario go down goddamn pipes to travel around the world. Do it sound like somebody will think originally? Hell no, the idea come right here. All of these folks know about the afterlife and the occult. They got Mario going down the pipes to get back and forth through the different worlds, because it's electrical energy going down a cord, through a cord. This is an electric universe, and you are electric energy. And when you die, just like electricity go through wires in your house, the earth is a big ass system with wires going all the way through it. And you are some of the electricity that travels through the damn wiring of the earth. And that's what the Pharaoh knew. The Pharaoh said, I want to place my body in a way that would be the most comfortable way for the Mother Earth to receive me back. Now let me show you why that make perfect sense. Because what if I told you to go down that damn slide sideways? You know how dangerous that'll be? What if that lady turned her body horizontal? She'll die. She ain't fitting her body to the shape of the slide. And if you don't fit your goddamn body to the shape of that slide, you're going to fall back to earth. So I think that proper burial is important so you don't reincarnate. Now I may be reaching, but shit, I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I want my damn shit prepared like the Pharaoh. I ain't no damn peasant. And if it was a reason why he was doing it, then I'ma do it. Shit, you know. It makes sense to me. Because if you took me to a water park and said, Brother Sanchez, your turn to slide, I wouldn't go down that shit sideways like a fool. I tighten my body up and I'll do just what that girl doing so I can have a safe trip. It makes perfect damn sense. They even tell you that. They say cross your arms and tighten your body up so that you don't have no injuries and you don't get caught on the rail or fly off the side. So the Pharaoh prepared his body that way for a safe journey, for a comfortable ride. So the shape of the earth is the way that the Pharaoh prepared his body. And the earth receives us through the narrow gate. This little vortex in the middle is what shreds our energy up to exit the ethers. So, you know, this same vortex in the middle that breaks the energy down also puts it back together on a higher plane. So you get shredded up as you journey to this little shredder right here, and it scatters you out of these nets. That's the only thing that can propel you away from this thing. As it shreds you away, all of your energy explodes out of this net, out of the net, the different boxes. You explode. And each piece is received through a different gate. You can look at each of these little boxes as different gates, and they call them archangels. Each angel is guarding a different gate. So as you explode, all of your light energy exit out this net, right? Through each gate, each little spark of what you are exit out of a different gate or a different star. And as it exits out of this thing, it moves on to a higher world that's around this one. And the same energy that shredded you up actually puts you together again on the higher world, because once you leave outside of this thing, the vortex energy work in reverse. So all of them little shredded pieces that it scatters outside, once they get outside of this thing, magnetic energy makes them come back together again to re-solidify you into another body on a higher plane that's beyond this one. So when you die, this thing shreds you up and scatters you out here. And when you get out here, the way these ethereal wind is moving, it actually puts the pieces of a saw back together again in this world, in the form of you, all of that light energy rematerializes into a solid body. So you work your way up the 7 states of matter, then you work your way back down them in reverse. So a snowflake becomes into the most purest form of matter, being the 7th state of ether matter, and then it works its way back down in reverse when it re-solidifies to a snowflake again. It go back to a gas, then the gas accumulate to become a drip of liquid, then the liquid freezes and become a solid snowflake again. This how we come in and out of existence, just like a snowflake, through the ethers. and we are broken apart and put back together again. So the code of the earth is the shape that we prepared our body for during burial, for the earth to receive us. And that's another way of saying, telling the earth, I'm following your code. I admire your code so much that the last thing I want to happen to my body is for them to cross my arms and to place my body in the shape of that beautiful code that Mother Nature created to receive me for my next mother. It's a code, and it can be seen as an X with a line in the middle. And that's why the Pharaoh did that. Nature recognizes that code just like a MasterCard system or a swipe system. Things that are positioned this way are received more comfortably and more easier, right? If you work at a packaging place where you got to deal with mail, you know what I'm talking about. People who package their shit with care, it make your job a lot easier. People who have packaged their shit, you got to sit there and repackage it for them. Now you're mad and you throwing their shit around because they should have packaged it right. You got to put some tape on it, package, because they was lazy. And that's what I feel about improper burial. So the Egyptians weren't lazy with their burial style. And they packaged themselves with care so that when their energy is transported, it ain't no damages to the damn package, man. I mail shit every day. And when I tape it up, I make an X with the tape across it to make sure it's secure. I tape the tape vertically, then I tape it horizontal like a dang old Christmas gift, like an X or a plus sign, so you can package it good. Think of the back of an envelope. If you look at the back of an envelope, you see the same X in the back of an envelope when you transport mail in the envelope. It looks just like this. So your burial is important. Nature gonna receive you regardless. We're just talking about, do you want a comfortable ride or an uncomfortable ride? See, I think these people are so damn satanic and devilish, evil, that they don't want us to know the secrets of burial because they want your ass to have a fucked up afterlife journey. Now, this is what I'm making out of all this research. Because the ancestors went through a lot of work to prepare their bodies for death, and we were taught that it was just foolish. We were taught they were stupid. We were taught, man, why would you go through all that work to do that? And that was some ancient primeval type shit that we grew out of. But I think we need to grow back into the proper burial preparations, because it may have something to do with the way our energy is received through the ethers. All right? These the same people that's trying to intercept the soul. They trying to take your consciousness and put it in a hard drive. So if they can fucking alter the afterlife journey some kind of way to where it will make Mother Nature more difficult to receive your energy, they'll do that. So think about what I'm telling you. The way the Pharaoh prepared his body was in a way that Mother Nature can receive his energy easy and he can have a comfortable ride home. If somebody don't want Mother Nature to receive your energy easily because they trying to intercept the goddamn package, they wouldn't tell you how to do a proper burial, y'all. Because they would want to prolong. Think about it. Guess what a thief like? We talking about a male thief. Male thieves like them packages that they can get into easily. They like them packages that ain't packaged that well. They like some shit they can just cut open with one slice and pull it out of. Packaging is everything. Corporations know that. Because companies that don't spend a lot of money on their packaging, then guess what? Their product gets stolen the most. You come with that little cheap ass packaging, I can fit that shit in my pocket real good. But if you got some heavy, bulky packaging that got a lot of security measures on it, a thief ain't gonna steal that product. Packaging means a lot, man. Packaging even determines if the consumer gonna buy the shit or not, how it's packaged. So we talking about proper burial. How the earth receive your energy. Why did the ancestors spend so much thought into proper packaging of the body for burial? I'm telling you right now why they did it. And the people that don't want us doing it, they trying to intercept the goddamn package so nature can receive it. They don't want the energy to break down properly. They want your journey to be prolonged so they can intercept the energy. They are soul snatchers. They don't want you to be packaged properly. They want damaged goods. That's what thieves like, man. See, when a thief steals store with a broken window, oh man, that's easy access. So the Pharaoh packaged themselves in a way just like just like you would package something with care. If you sent me a gift, you spent this amount of money on a gift, you want to make sure it get to me safely. So you gonna pack it. You ain't spend $10,000 on a diamond ring to throw it in a little plastic bag and give it to the mailman like a fool. You spend $10,000 on a ring, you gonna spend another $1,000 just on the goddamn packaging. You gonna spend another $1,000 just to make sure it get melt the highest motherfucking quality of mail and is handled with care. Cause the more valuable some is, the more quality the packaging is. And that's what the Pharaoh knew. Now let me move on. Now see, a minute ago I showed you the Queen of Heaven with her arms crossed, and she had a little gateway in her stomach. Here is the Queen of Heaven in the form of Moloch the bull. Now, I want you to think about something. The word Moloch and bull became the words molecule ball. Listen. There are no such thing as molecules. The molecule is just like the atom. It's a personification of the North Pole. Do y'all hear me? The center of magnetism, they're calling an atom because they want to name it after their damn god, which is Atum, the Baphomet. The center of magnetism was turned into Jesus on the cross, the center of Calvary, in between the thieves, the sun and moon. Jesus is personifying an atom or a molecule. Here is Jesus with his arms raised on Calvary, folks. Do you hear me? It's the Pharaoh resurrected. This is the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh is the damn Baphomet. Jesus raised his hands on Calvary. Why the hell you think this bull raising his hands on the damn mountain? Why you think there's an opening in the belly of the beast? Because that's what shred the energy up to be received to the ethers. That's the burning furnace that turn the ethereal body into vapors. But these are not smoke vapors. This is lighter than smoke. This is ethereal matter. So just like fire can break down solid, liquid, and gas and turn it to smoke, there's an ethereal flame that can even break down smoke and light into different lighter forms. And that's what this bull represents. The North Pole is that which can break down all matter to its seventh state, the lightest state, the completion state where resurrection takes place. So that's what we're giving you here with the God number. Now, here, this bull is representing the center of magnetism where all matter breaks down. That's why scientists tell you in a black hole, everything breaks down. It rips up. This is the Ripper, the Reaper. Saturn, the black hole, right? So why did Saturn have a bunch of rings around him? Well, look at this bull. This bull got a lot of rings around him, don't it? Now they tell you the planet Saturn got a lot of rings around it, right? Now this bull represents the god Saturn. All right? Saturn is Jesus. Now look at here. That what you see in the bottom left corner is inside of the damn Catholic Church. I didn't do that. That's on they damn wall. They telling your ass that they worshiping Saturn. They telling your ass that Jesus got a halo on his head for a reason. Jesus got a halo on for a reason. Because he is Saturn, which is Santa. Listen, why these Kemetic folk ain't telling you this? This is Hathor to the Kemetic folk. The Kemetic folks call this bull Hathor. They trying to make themselves different from the Christians when all of them giving you Saturn worship like a fool. You ain't no different. My grandma worshiped Yeshua. Sarah Soon said it worship Shu. It's the same God. It's the same God. You're acting like you so doggone better than a dang Christian. Y'all did the same thing the Christians did, you Egyptian people. So what? My grandma worshiped Yeshua. She was on the same level of understanding as Seti. Seti worshiped Shu. Shu ain't nothing but Yeshua. Shu is the Egyptian form of Jesus, in between the sun and moon or the two thieves. That's why Sarah Soon said in them don't teach all about free energy, because they still believe in these damn little gods. Said in them worship Horus and Shu and all of these different pharaohs. We don't get our energy and our power and our power from these pharaohs. We get it from the secret behind the damn what the pharaohs was hiding. The damn egotistical ass pharaoh personified himself as energy, and now everybody think they gotta worship the pharaoh to receive energy while they paying a goddamn electric bill like a fool. You damn fool! Like a fool! Y'all didn't hear what I said. These Negroes got you worshiping pharaohs, talking about you get your power up out of Egypt when you paying a damn electric bill like a fool. Ooh-wee, man. Giving your ass pseudo-science. Can't none of these dead pharaohs empower you. The knowledge that they was hiding from your ass can empower you. Once you stop worshiping a damn God and you worship and you start realizing the energy that the God personify, you can go out there and build a generator and ain't got to pay that damn high ass power bill that you keep bitching about while you calling yourself a God like a fool. You're a damn God. You got so much power from ancient Egypt, but every time I turn around, you bitching about your power bill. Why they charging us so much for electricity? You shouldn't have to pay for water. You can't make them complaints if you getting your power from a man and not the goddamn ether, not the earth, not nature. The word nature is netta. Man pulling his energy from nature, from the netta. Got you on your knees telling you pulling it from some damn God. You telling the people this what's gonna empower us when we go back and worship our ancestors. No, the fuck it ain't. When you go back and see how your ancestors empowered themselves, you'll get empowered. You ain't gonna goddamn get empowered just by merely going back and sucking off your ancestors. Like a fool, retarded nonsense. Like all you got to do is go back and suck off your ancestors and you will be powerful. You got a bunch of folks sucking off their ancestors, but they ain't powerful. They love Kemet, but they struggling. It take more than just saying, I love my ancestors. If you loved your ancestors, you'll research their motherfucking teachings like I'm doing. You don't love shit. You don't love them enough to stay up 3, 4 in the morning like I do, trying to decipher what the fuck they was trying to tell us. You're regurgitating. You're Masons. You're hiding the truth. Let me calm down so I can get back on track. Niggas ain't teaching you nothing about Kemet. They ain't got no love for our ancestors, because if they did, they'll tell you that the goddamn Pharaoh enslaved our ancestors. The Pharaoh stole his knowledge, and the Pharaoh charged your goddamn ancestors. The Pharaoh made a law where can't nobody build no energy generating systems. The Pharaoh passed a law and he created peasants. If they caught you generating energy, they put you to death on a damn energy generator. You think I'm lying, man? The fucking energy generator shaped just like the Christian cross. If they caught your ass creating energy, they put you to death on an energy generator. That's what the Pharaoh did. Why ain't these Kemetic people telling you that? The Pharaoh wanted to personify himself as energy. And when it became law that the Pharaoh was God, couldn't nobody else generate power but the Pharaoh. That's why the people that rule the world today are the only ones that ain't got a power bill, and they run the world through the electrical grids. That's how they created money. Because you needed some other form of power now to be charged. Why you think energy is charged? Why you think when we use money, we say we being charged, but them the words we use for energy? Back in the day, it wasn't no money because everybody was generating free energy. But the first Pharaoh in Egypt made it a law where he the only one can generate energy, and you got to pay him to get the shit from him. So the Pharaoh started charging the people, and that's how you get slavery. Because think about this. If the Pharaoh charging you, what do you mean by charging? Everything is energy. You are energy. And when you can't generate your own energy source to plug into and empower yourself, someone else can charge you like a phone, man. Listen, I charge up my cell phone every day. When you run out of energy, you got to go to the Pharaoh to be charged. You got to go to the electric company to bill people. This started in Egypt, y'all, charging for energy. I'm trying to free your mind. The only way out is if we can generate our own energy grids. The Masons know that. They don't want to teach you that. The Pharaoh started, he was the first one. They had to create money because they needed a new type of damn currency. What you mean? Currency is energy. We didn't need money when everybody was generating their own damn currency. Energy is equivalent to money or currency. When you was able to generate your own energy, that energy that you generated took care of your crops, your agriculture, and all the other aspects of your life. So when we was banned from generating energy, the Pharaoh also had to provide us with food, water, and eventually shelter. Because if you got to pay him for power, your house gonna be dark as hell. See, the Egyptians had electricity, man. And they don't want you to know that because the Pharaoh was charging people for it. In other words, his house was the power plant, and they worship him. They got their energy from him. Today, we doing the same shit. We worshiping the people who control the power grids. Wake the hell up. We doing the same shit today. We worshiping the people who control the power grids, who charging you for energy. And they telling you that you gotta worship their gods. Why? They gods keep your children dumbed down so that your children won't know how to build an energy generator. But your child will know how to worship Jesus though. Your child will know how to say hallelujah when they light bill is motherfucking high. Your child will know how to say, help me Jesus pay this damn power bill. But your child won't know how to generate energy. So your child will know how to sing good as hell, but keep paying that energy bill to the Pharaoh. See how this works, folks? This is why if you look at the screen, the truth is above Yahshua. The truth is the magnetic energy field that you see above up there. That little diagram is the secrets of generating energy. The earth is a big energy generator. And studying the earth, you can do what Tesla did and create an energy generator in your damn backyard. You won't have to pay no fucking bills. And if everybody go off grid, that's the end of their power grid, which is the end of their what? Power. See, when you ask yourself, how do they get their power? They get their power by charging you. Don't you get it? Listen to the words I'm using. How does a fucking cell phone get its power? By being charged. Every time that cell phone run out of energy and got to be charged, it got to pay some money. That's you paying your damn energy bill or your lights gonna go off. Now you see how they charging you? Because if they don't charge you, you won't have no fucking energy. They're charging you like a cell phone that's out of energy. So you gotta be charged. Why you think they call that football team the San Diego Chargers and they got a damn lightning bolt? What you think the symbol of Thor mean? It was a lightning bolt. These people got the power of electricity to distribute it and empower themselves with it while keeping you poor because you don't know how to create an energy generator, but you know how to say black power. You know how to say black power. Now let's look at some more. Let's sync this Pharaoh up to some more images. Now remember what I said, that the name of this god is Saturn, which is Santa. Okay? And I'm just giving you the many faces of this god, but this god ain't nothing but a face to hide free energy. See, people been worshiping this God in many forms for many years, but they ain't been knowing how to make energy. Before we was worshiping these different gods who had their hands raised, the ancestors knew how to generate energy. Listen to me, people. The symbol that the ancestors used to generate energy for their villages was corrupted and turned into a damn god with his hands up. Today, the children of the ancestors worship a god with his hands up, but they don't know how to make free energy. Now think about what I just said for a minute, because you really need to think about it. I'm going to say it one more time because you really need to marinate on what the fuck I said. The symbol that our ancestors used to generate free energy was corrupted and personified as a god with the hands raised. And now the children of the ancestors today worship a God with the hands raised, but they don't know how to empower themselves with free energy. Now I'm going to stop and I'm going to let you marinate on that shit for a minute. Yeah, I know that when I said I'm going to let you marinate on it, I'm muting my mic because I'm rolling up. If y'all will give me a minute, man, I want to take just a little quick brief break and I'll come right back. So I know you saying that the audio is muted. I'm doing it on purpose. Give me a minute. I'll be right back. But marinate on what I said because that's a deep one. Marinate on it. don't know what to tell you, man. If you like my beats and you like my spirit and my energy, shit, smoke more weed, man. They telling your ass the truth. They told you weed is a gateway drug. So why ain't you smoking it? Don't you want to open up the gateway? They be telling y'all the truth and y'all don't listen to the people. All the ancestors smoke weed so they can look deep into the reality the way I'm doing. I don't think I can come up with all this damn information if I didn't smoke the way I smoke. Wouldn't be no Bro Sanchez if it wasn't for this damn Mary Jane. I wouldn't have the patience to sit up here and research all this etymology and syncretism. Man, I wouldn't have the patience to do this shit. This weed make this shit fun to me. It makes it interesting. I get butterflies and I light my blunt up, man, and I noticed that, guess what? The weed plant shaped just like the Great Mother. See, weed is a gateway drug. It open up the third eye to different gateways, man. Don't let these folks lie to y'all, man. Don't let them lie to you. I'm gonna have some debates about weed. Is weed good or bad for you? Yes or no? I'm gonna do a call-in show. We're gonna talk about a lot of topics. I'm about to get back with the lecture right now, y'all. I'm about to get back on track right now. I'm just blazing up. I'm blazing up, man. All right, let's get back on track here. Now, what we're going to do now, right? We're going to sync this Pharaoh symbolism in the way he positioned with some more symbols around the world. Again, that Pharaoh name is the first Pharaoh was called Narmer, and the name Narmer is the word Nimrod. I'm gonna say it again because we back. I gave y'all a break. I took a break. We listened to the music. We stretched. We went at us a drink or whatever. Now I need y'all full attention because I'm giving you jewels, folks. I'm giving you real priceless jewels right now. Can't no comedic priest come pull the rug over you. You will take their ass to school if you listen to what I'm saying. And if you take notes, you will be dynamic, goddammit. But check this out, right? The name Narmer is the name Nimrod. Narmer is also Atum, and Atum became personified well, should I say, the atom was personified as Atum. I'm finna break y'all minds open so hard. Now check this out. What I'm about to show you right now about to make the hairs on your skin stand up. We already synced the Pharaoh to the electromagnetic energy field. The code name that they hid electromagnetism behind was Adam. See, the biblical Genesis don't mean the beginning of humans. It means when they first learned how to generate energy. Y'all better listen to me, man. Y'all better know why they censoring my views, because my shit should have 1,000 viewers. Listen, man. Listen what I'm telling you. Genesis, meaning the beginning of generating energy. Energy generation. And they passed the motherfucking royal bloodline and a succession of those who was generating energy through the bloodline, meaning when great granddaddy died, who gonna run the damn company after him? You think Queen Elizabeth got a damn power bill? Stupid. They sell you power. They generating the energy. That makes them God because they generate your power. Literally, fool. They don't care how much you think you powerful because you saying hotep. Nigga, you gonna pay that damn electric bill or your black hotepping ass gonna be in the dark And your children gonna be like, Daddy, why the lights on? And you gonna say, 'cause the white man, 'cause the white man, 'cause the white man. Y'all don't like to play with me. Too much truth over here. Now listen, the biblical book Genesis ain't when humans motherfucking was created. It was when they created Adam. But what they're calling Adam is this shit. It was when the Europeans learned how to cut the fucking lights on, people. Let me tell you something. Don't you know that the book of Genesis was written 7,000 years ago? Well, Brother Sanchez, what that mean? Well, they told you that Europe was coming out of a dark age 7,000 years ago. Them Europeans didn't know how to cut the fucking lights on. They didn't know how to generate electricity. They was going through a dark age. Then when they found out how to cut the fucking lights on, they wrote a book called Genesis, which start off with what, y'all? Let there be light. Goddamn. Goddamn. I'm bad, boy. I'm bad, boy. Yeah, you know I'm bad. I'm bad. You know it. Yeah, you know I'm bad. I'm bad. You know it. So the Europeans came out of their dark age, because they all through the dark ages, they was reverse engineering Egyptian science. The Egyptian had the lights on. The Egyptians and the damn Greeks was unified for years. Then a war happened, y'all. Them bastards went to war with each other. You know goddamn gangsters can't get along. You know gangsters kill each other. You know gangsters from the same goddamn sect will kill each other. These bastards ain't no different. Yeah, you read about it. So the Greeks go to war with the Egyptians again, and then the Egyptians and the Greeks both come out of a dark age together. But let me make sense out of that for you. What are we saying here? What happens at the end of war, y'all? The royal powers repair both sides. And the only damage that was really done was the loss of life between the goddamn peasants. Y'all don't hear me though. See, when these superpowers went to war, it was population control back then. They was making the peasants fight for power because they was generating it. Y'all don't hear me though. How you think they was able to build armies the way they building them today? I didn't join the goddamn military because I was motherfucking patriotic. I joined it because I had to pay for power, nigga. Wrong with y'all. Better tell the truth. Niggas ain't joining the military because they patriotic. Niggas joining the military to get some power, to get some rank, to get some money, to pay some goddamn bills. Better tell the truth. You risking your goddamn life for power. Better tell the truth. This shit been going on. This shit been going on. Back in Egypt, had them peasants going to war for power because you don't want to teach them how to empower themselves, you funky bastards. So they turned this symbol on how to generate energy into this shit. And they called it Adam after their first God in Genesis, when the bastards learned how to cut the lights on and came out of their dark age. 7,000 years ago, Europeans came out of a dark age, didn't even know how to generate electricity. Then when they found out how to generate electricity, 7,000 years ago, Johnny come lately, the bastards gonna start the shit off with let there be light in the beginning. Whose beginning? Your goddamn beginning. We've been generating energy. Adam is the European. When the Europeans learned how to generate energy, boy, they turned it into a god called Adam. Here you go right here. And that's the Pharaoh that you're looking at on the right. You worshiping a damn Pharaoh for energy When the secrets, the energy is hidden behind the goddamn Pharaoh. When you smack his bitch ass out the way, then we can empower ourselves. But you got all these comedic niggas leading you right back to some stanky feet ass Pharaoh, because you know they will sound us. Now they got people worshiping some toe jam stanky feet ass Pharaoh. We need to smack his makeup wearing ass out the way so we can see what he hiding behind his motherfucking ass is free energy. So all of these damn Masons gonna lead you back to worshiping some dude instead of empowering your damn self. You got niggas worshiping Osiris, but they paying motherfucking power companies to keep their lights on. Everybody in the church calling on the name of Jesus, until pastor forget to pay the damn electric bill, then the organ stop, then the lights go off. Now you got to call on the damn power company to come cut the damn lights back on in the church so we can keep worshiping Jesus where they ain't giving us no damn power like a fool. Tired of it. Ignorance. Stupidity. Jesus ain't got no damn power. Let the state come up there and cut the juice off in that bitch. The organ gonna stop. Sister Betty gonna snap right out of the spirit. Brother Johnson gonna stop cutting the step and say, hey, lights, Bishop. Oh shit. Oh shit. Hey, Sister Betty gonna cut herself right off in the middle of the spirit. And she, oh, Pastor, what happened to them lights, buddy? Oh shit, the bill ain't paid. Ain't no worshiping Jesus today. So Jesus wasn't giving y'all ass the power. The energy company was. Hey. Oh shit, that's funny. We backwards, man. We so backwards they got us so dumbed down. You worshiping the damn personification of power, so you ain't gonna get no power. You just gonna fall in love with the goddamn personification. So my mama loved Jesus. My grandma loved Jesus. My brothers in the black conscious community love the damn Pharaoh. But if you look at this Pharaoh body, look at his body, y'all. It's shaped like energy. That's why the Pharaoh crossing his arms. He telling you, nigga, I am your power generator. He's personifying energy. He's personifying it. And even after death, his spirit lives on to be worshipped today in the forms of many gods. You know why he'll continue to be worshipped? Because when he positioned his body this way, he immortalized himself. See, this is immortalization. This Pharaoh will be worshipped for years to come. And you worship in the form of the Christian cross. The reason the Christians got a cross is because his arms is crossed. Whether it's an X or a plus, it's the same shit. The red cross, the Jesuit cross, it's the same goddamn thing. X marks the spot. The swastika. So, the Pharaoh will be worshipped for eternity because he embodied energy. So his energy will live on this earth forever just by the way he positioned himself during burial. Tell me that ain't some deep shit. Even though this motherfucker was evil, you gotta take a minute and understand that he was also an evil genius. Remember that the root word of genius is gen, Because you can't be a genius if you don't know how to generate energy. You can't be a genie or a naga or najini. The jinn were gods, not because they can fly or they can do magic. They lived during a time where the secrets of how to generate energy was hidden. When they hid the secrets of free energy, the men who knew how to generate energy were called the jinn. That was synonymous with witch. If they caught you generating that energy, they'll kill you. Let me show you how this works. The powers that be stop people from generating energy so that we can buy it from them. And they built the law within the hearts of the people. They dumbed the people down so dumb that they taught the peasants, if you see somebody making electricity or got electric sparks or dealing with this kind of energy, kill them because they're a witch. People was now so dumbed down that you couldn't even free their minds. If you went up to these peasants and be like, hey y'all, we don't have to be slaves no more. Look what I can do. I can generate energy. Soon as they saw you working with that electricity, they would stone your ass to death and call you a witch, and they would break that shit. Because by this time, the powers that be and the Pharaohs had dumbed the people down so much because they didn't want them learning how to generate energy. They wanted them to think that the only people that can be doing this stuff is us. So it was accepted for the Lord, they call the landlords, to work with electricity. And the people worship these men. They call them the jinn. These was a group of men who was generating energy in front of the peasants. They was doing magic. They had magnets. And the peasants didn't understand the knowledge of this shit. So they worship these dudes because the dudes told them, look, if you don't worship me, I'll shock your ass. This is electricity you see right here. Boom, sparks, light. And they thought these dudes was gods, man. But today we know about electricity. So we don't worship men. But we still do worship men because people worship Jesus and they worship the Pharaoh. And they worship all these different man gods for their power. So even though you don't literally get on your knees and worship a man, you still worshiping the bloodline of men who hid energy from your ancestors. Our ancestors literally worship these dudes because our ancestors didn't understand electricity when they dumbed them down. Most of y'all don't understand electricity today. So you worship the corporations that make your electronic devices and you don't even know it. You fucking praise their logos, man, and their symbols. Apple logo, iPhone. Because you don't know how to make electricity or electronic devices. So the same people who was getting worshipped because they knew how to work with electricity and hid it from everybody else, they bloodline and seeds is still working with electricity and plasma today, ruling over us. We're the offspring of our ancestors. The game's still being played, y'all. We the same people, same peasants. And the only thing gonna free us is literally empowering ourselves. Why do you think we talk like this, people? Why do you think we talk like this? Why do you think we say stuff like we got to empower ourselves? What do that mean? Literally. Literally, it means you got to learn how to build an energy generator. Guess what? If you literally take that shit into action, you will empower yourself spiritually, physically, mentally, everywhere else. We always talking about we got to empower ourselves. But if we really empower ourselves literally, that's when we going to be free. But we never do it literally. People who keep screaming empower ourselves point you back to a god for the energy, or point you back to Egypt for the energy. Why aren't they saying we need to empower ourselves? Let's start studying electricity so we can generate the power that's going to empower us. That way we don't need the government energy grid. Duh, wouldn't that make sense? What the secret societies are hiding is free energy, y'all. That's what they hiding. And I'm going to show you that right now. Hold on a minute. Give me a second. I got you. Yeah, I'm going to show you something real quick with the symbolism that'll open you up some more to when I tell you that what they're hiding is free energy. Okay, 1 second here. Where are we at? Where are we at? Got you coming up. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Here we go. Here we go. Boom. They are hiding free energy, folks. Look at here. Now, guess what? Guess what? Listen up closely. You know what a person like Sarah Sunset will tell you? He'll tell you that the Pope got the sun disk right there. He'll tell you that the Pope hiding the sun as if we can't see the goddamn bright ass sun in the sky. That's because Masons worship the sun, and they worship the sun so they can hide free energy from you. The sun don't give us energy, y'all. What gives the fucking sun its energy? The North Pole is what gives the sun, moon, and everything on Earth energy. The North Pole. They keep telling you, these Kemetic Masons like Seti and all of them, Sarnetta, these are Jesuits. They working with the Jesuits. I already exposed Sarnetta and showed you how he working with the Jesuits. The man got the word netta in his name, and he don't even teach all about the nettas, man. Listen to me. Listen to me. The man got the word netta in his name, and he don't even teach you about the nettas. He's hiding the fucking nettas behind these sun gods and all of these whack ass debates. Jabari know what I'm telling you is true. Jabari working for the UN. All of them niggas working for the UN, just like Dr. Ben. They work for the African Cultural Department of the UN to keep promoting this sun worship, because all of them hide free energy. Why you think Marcus Garvey was a Jesuit who was working for the fucking Vatican, and his damn symbol just so happened to be the, look people, in the top left corner is the Jesuit cross inside of a Crook's tube. It's some science behind the symbol. That's the symbol that you need to create free energy with. That's why I keep showing y'all this. I keep showing you this collage. This is free energy. This is what the Jesuits and all of them hide, and all these Masons. Now they'll tell you that shit mean the sun when it don't mean the sun. It mean the North Pole, where the sun is being projected from. All the stars and the sun is tethered to the North Pole, just like you see in this image. The sun is just one of them little sparks coming from the North Pole. The sun and moon are the two biggest explosions coming from the North Pole. And you can look at all the stars in between them as the smaller fragments or shards from the explosion. Because when some explode, you got big chunks and then the smaller chunks. The sun and moon are chunks of light, pure light. This is not solid matter. It's plasma-based matter. That's what you see inside of that tube, the green stuff. So they're hiding free energy, y'all. They ain't burning no fucking fossil fuels to create energy. They pulling it from the damn ether like the ancestors did. Now let me show y'all something else in case you new to the channel. The fucking Egyptians was creating free energy. The Egyptians had electricity. They want you to think the Egyptians was in the dark, but they built pyramids. See, why Sarasum said it and all these Egyptian folks ain't telling you that the Egyptians had electricity. They ain't telling you that they had a power grid. They don't want you to know that the Pharaoh was the first person to start taxing motherfuckers and charging them for energy, y'all. If they tell you the truth, that it was lights on in Egypt, they'll be telling you why we got the Christmas tree. See, in Egypt, they wrap lights around the pyramids and it looked like big ass Christmas trees. But you don't know that because you don't know they had lights in Egypt. I'm showing you on the screen that the lotus flower was a fucking light bulb. They telling you that Nikola Tesla invented the fucking light bulb. They telling you Sir William Crookes invented the light bulb. That's baloney. The Egyptians invented the light bulb. They didn't call it the light bulb. They call it the lotus flower. But it still was the same damn thing, a light bulb. But when you understand how to create a light bulb, you will see how the earth created the sun and moon. That's what the Egyptians know. Because once you learn that, you learn it all. It's micro and macro. Just creating a simple light bulb will show you the secrets of the earth and how the earth generates light. So that don't mean no damn sun. What it is a plasma ball, and it means free energy. Now let's move on. So again, that first Pharaoh name was Narmer, and here's him as Nimrod. Nimrod is Santa Claus. Today, we sit on Santa Claus' lap, right? This is how they hid free energy. The gift that Mother Nature gave us was free energy. That was what the gift Mother Nature gave us, free energy. Now listen, I'm going to show you something while we got Christmas trees. Here go the tree of life right here. It's called a North Pole. Now listen, where we live at is up under the tree. So what am I telling you? Humans are gifts under the tree. And free energy is our gift from Mother Nature. Now check out what I'm telling you, man. I want y'all to listen up closely. Every human is wrapped inside of an electromagnetic energy field. Listen to me. Every human is wrapped inside of an energy field. What am I telling you? You are a gift that's wrapped in a box. All right? The human is wrapped like a gift, like a Christmas gift, and you're wrapped in an energy field. And you being a gift that's wrapped in an energy field are up under a tree. This is the true meaning of Christmas that I'm giving you now. I'm giving you the true meaning of Christmas now. We are all gifts up under the tree of life. Here go the tree of life. All of us are walking around the ground and we are wrapped in a wrapping. We are gifts under the tree. And the tree has a gift for us. It's free energy. We all pull energy from the tree. Why? Because all of us are stars. Look, you are a star. And guess what? You are tethered to the tree. Each star is tethered to. This is the North Pole. Each human is tethered to it. What is making your heart beat? I'll ask you again. This is an electric universe. What is your body plugged into that's causing your heart to generate energy? It's an invisible tethered line. Everything in nature has an invisible line that connects it to the North Pole, because just like you got electronic devices in your house that got to be plugged into the wall to work, this electric universe we live in is the same way. Everything that's generating movement or electricity, which is all things that exist, have to get that energy from somewhere. So I ask you again, what are you plugged into to generate your power? God, the ether, the ether. Now listen, you are tethered to the ether, just like these stems are tethered to the core of the plasma ball. Listen to me. The word ether is in the word tether. The word ether is in the word tether, because you and your energy source are connected together. And when you say together, it's saying tug ether. You are literally tugging the ether. You're walking around with an invisible cord attached to your body like an astronaut. And everywhere you go, you tugging on the ether because you connected to it through a tethering line. This is why the ether is constantly fluctuating, because everything that exists within the ether is connected to it, and everything is moving around. So the ether is constantly fluctuating. It's like having a big ass spider web, and that spider got a big old family on the web. The web gonna stay moving, because if you got a big ass family on that web, somebody gonna always be doing something. So if you live on this big ass spider web with a bunch of spiders on it, somebody always moving, shaking the web. This is why the ether is in constant motion and it fluctuates, because we're all tethered to it and we're all vibrating and moving. And this is what fluctuates the ether, each and every last one of us. So creation is created with creation. You're a part of creation. You play a role. So with that being said, all right, we was generating electricity in Egypt. That was the gift from the Great Mother, and they turned it into some Christmas and Santa Claus. Remember, where did Santa Claus come from? The North Pole. That's where we getting our energy from, the North Pole. All right, so the gift from the North Pole was energy before they stole our gift. But that's our natural inheritance, y'all, and we gotta claim it back if we want to be free. If we want to be free, we got to go back to building our own energy grids, because nature gave us this stuff as a gift and can't nobody take it away. But they took it away from us. We can get it back. We getting it back now. So Santa is Saturn, because Saturn ain't nothing but the top of a damn battery. Let me show you. Saturn is a rain planet with a bunch of rains. Saturn is how we generate energy. Saturn is you looking at the Earth from a top view. You will see the North Pole with all the different planes of existence, donut worlds around it, like a ripple effect. So this battery became Saturn. All right, so if you take the word Saturday, which is Saturday or Saturday, and put the B on it, you get battery. Okay? Think about it. What is batter? It's dough. You gotta beat it and stir it, just like this Saturn motion, like a tornado. When you batter something, or you beat some eggs or batter them, you turn them in a circle. You create a vortex of energy, and it changes them from one thing to another. So you mix the yolk with the other fluid, and it becomes something else. So I'm giving you the secrets of the ether, of how everything is mixed together. When you say together, tug the ether. Everything is tugging the ether in unison, so it fluctuates. But here's the secrets of Saturn right here. Here goes Saturn. They hid the secrets of free energy behind this god called Santa or Saturn. Now, this is the first Pharaoh. This is the first Pharaoh. You see him sitting in his throne, it's the Pope too. You see him sitting in his throne, Look at him sitting in his throne. Look at the bull. Look at him sitting in his throne. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Look at him sitting in his throne. Here he go. Here go the American flag. Why ain't said it telling you that? Why ain't said it telling you that this bullshit system come from Egypt? That's why they got the pyramid on the American dollar. Y'all up on the Freemasons, man. I'm the only one giving you the truth, and they silencing me. And I ain't scared to say it no more. Here go your American flag. This dude named Osiris. Here go your American flag. Here goes Santa Claus. Santa Claus is Osiris. Osiris is Odin, which is Odin. Here go Odin. You see Odin with the one eye? Odin had one eye. They also worshiped him as a cyclops. Now look at your damn money and look at that pyramid, and you will see that one eye on the pyramid on the dollar. Why do they got one eye on the pyramid? Because it's Odin. This is the one-eye Viking god. It's Santa. Look at Osiris, man. He's showing you one eye. Why Osiris always showing you one eye? I'm going to ask that shit again. Why Osiris always showing you one eye? Why Osiris always showing you one eye? Again, because they hiding electromagnetism. Here's the all-seeing eye right here. This is an electromagnetic current. This became Jesus' crown of thorns. So Osiris is Jesus. Or Yahshua is Shu. So this Pharaoh got his body in a way to personify himself as that Shu in the middle of magnetism. You get it now? Because he is Shu. They all personify themselves as the Shu, or the energy vortex. And they cross their arms so they can immortalize themselves. So Santa lives on through the popes, through the royal family, through their bloodline. They control the energy grid. They are creating the matrix that are making you get up and go to work every day. It started in Egypt. That's why the pyramid on your dollar, the whole black conscious community is controlled by Masons. They all got you worshiping this one-eyed god, the Pharaoh. His name is Aten. Aten, Atun, Akhenaten. Young Pharaoh got the Aten family. These guys are Boule. They're Masonic. I ain't saying nothing bad about them. I'm just telling you what organization I suspect them of being in. Shout out to the brothers. I'm not saying they ain't no positive brothers. But shit, man, we got to get out of these secret societies, because this free energy shouldn't be a secret no more. This is what's going to liberate us. So you're working with the enemy against your people by giving them some Pharaoh that ain't going to liberate them. But the secrets that this Pharaoh hid will liberate them. That's why I don't fuck with you Masons. So his rod and his staff is his sun and his moon. Very simple, right? You see that the rod is one piece. It represents the sun. The way the sun swooshes and hooks throughout its circuit above us as it travels the ethereal vortex. All right, this is the Nike sign, which is the rod, right? So this rod represents the sun, the staff represents the moon, because the moon is accompanied with a staff called the stars. So the root word of staff and a root word of star is the same. So you can see that the staff is separated and it's split up into a bunch of little tails, because the moon separates itself into phases and it rolls with a staff. So the rod is the sun, the staff is the moon, which is representing of the stars and the separative aspect that accompanies the moon. The moon is the mother that carries the children. or the bride with that tail, that wife. She got that dress on with the long tail. That's how the moon has a trail of stars behind it, accompanying the mother with the children. And the daddy goes out throughout the day with labor to perform labor alone with the men. That's represented by the sun traveling by itself. And when the sun is above your head, your city is at work. We work during the daytime. That's the male aspect. The rod is the driving aspect, meaning you beating something. So the sun is the driving force, because the sunlight gets you up out the bed and drives you out to go make $1 and go to work. Just like a dude with a whip beating on some horses. That's how the sun come and wake you up in the morning, driving its chariot, saying, get your motherfucking ass up, nigga. Work time. Get up, cock-a-doodle-doo, nigga. The sun come in like daddy. Get y'all ass up. Time to go to work. And everybody go to work. Then the moon come in like mama. Did daddy work you all day, baby? Come on, lay down. Let's dream. Look at these pretty little lights up here. So that's your rod and your staff, okay? Masculine, feminine, sun and moon. This is what the Masons don't want to tell you. Now, you can break this shit down even more in etymology and see that I'm not lying to you. And I guess that's what I'll do. There's a scripture in the Bible that say this about the rod and the staff. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Okay? They comfort me. That can be translated a lot of ways now. The sun and moon gonna receive some of your energy upon death. In other words, the Ripper is gonna come for you. But the Ripper is gonna comfort you. It's a play on words, and I'm just trying to open up your third eye. That's all I'm trying to do. The energy that come for you is the energy that comforts you. Now, the word fort is in the word comfort because a fort is peaceful. A house is peaceful. So comfort. We're talking about a house which balances you out and makes you feel secure. So comfortability has the word house in it because a house is a fort. So you say, I'm comfortable. All right? So your rod and your staff are the two sides of the house, being the sun and moon, which builds a fort for the consciousness. It's a consciousness fort and it's very comfortable. I don't know if this makes sense to y'all. Just rewind the video. All right, but I'm gonna move on. So the rod and staff is said to represent the word of God, but the word of God is the sword of God. Put an S in front of the word, and it's the sword of God, and you will see that the rod and staff is also the sword and shield. Yes, you're gonna get that work today. All right? The rod and staff was called the word of God to the Christians. But the word of God is the sword of God. And the rod and staff is the sword and shield. Let's do sacred geometry. Let me get some feedback from my chat room. Now you see why I'm saying that the rod and staff is the sword and shield. This is why don't nobody like to fuck with me. Because I don't just say something, I show you what the fuck I'm talking about while I'm talking. Seti don't do, a lot of these niggas don't do that. And I keep bringing up Seti because he's a comedic brother with a powerful spirit. And if he was on board with this truth, he could make a big difference. He can have a lot of these children thinking about free energy instead of just fucking hotepping with a red, black, and green cape around their fucking neck, but they got to pay a white man for energy like a damn monkey clown acting fool. I'm trying to create a generation of thinkers, not a next generation of complaining ass niggas talking about the white man this and the white man that. But black power, when black people ain't generating no goddamn power. We paying power companies, and the power companies owned by white folks and black folks. It ain't no race thing. But I'm speaking to the black power community. You a fucking fraud, black power community, cause you ain't generating no fucking power. Your ancestors was, but you ain't. You ain't doing them but debating, looking good, and having damn lectures. Charging your own people for fucking knowledge. Pay for a ticket at this damn lecture. Pay for a ticket at that lecture. You charging your people for knowledge like the goddamn Pharaoh did. You're doing the same thing the Pharaoh did. Hid the goddamn knowledge, now you got to charge you if you want it. I'm giving these people this thing for free. And we want a future generation of young black men who thinkers, not complainers, going online bitching about the white man every video. Instead of you bitching about the white man, why don't you learn the secrets, what the fuck the white man know to charge your black ass for energy, and you will quit screaming out black power, and your black ass are going literally generate some fucking black power. Foolish niggas. Screaming black power, but you're paying an energy company. Hypocrisy. Now listen to me. The sword and shield is the rod and staff. Now we getting our sacred geometry on. If you like this form of teaching where somebody giving you some sacred geometry that's this divine, hit the like button and share it with somebody else. They'll like it too. Free their mind too. Free their mind too. Free their minds too. God damn it. Don't be selfish with it. Now this is where you get the American flag from. Niggas ain't telling you that. This whole shithole system come from the damn Egypt. But niggas want you taking trips to Egypt every day when Pizza Hut right next door to the damn pyramids. You ain't miss nothing if you don't go to Egypt. You ain't miss nothing. Save your money. Quit spending this money with these goddamn Egyptian-minded Masons. You see $1,000 every year for a goddamn tour to a sandbox to go see a goddamn pharaoh who didn't mean you no goddamn good. You niggas paying your money to go see your ancient slave master. You taking trips to Egypt to go see the motherfucker that enslaved you and charged you for energy. Slap your motherfucking self 2 times, nigga. You paying this goddamn money to take your black ass to a damn sandbox to come back and act like you know some shit when Pizza Hut right next door to the damn Giza. Tell them niggas to turn the camera around. They ain't going nowhere. Them niggas went right back to America. You ain't missing nothing. You ain't missing nothing. You ain't missing nothing. You ain't missing nothing. You gonna get your ass off the plane in Egypt and think you right at home. You gonna see McDonald's and Walmart and all that shit next door to the pyramids. Why ain't they telling y'all that? Them niggas ain't gonna show y'all all the camera views. Tell them to show you the goddamn camera view. Tell them to pan that camera around so you can see that damn camel walk so you can see that goddamn camel walk through McDonald's drive-through like a fool. Tell that nigga to pan that camera around so we can see that damn camel walk through McDonald's drive-through. Them niggas landed right back in America. You ain't missing nothing in Egypt. You ain't missing nothing. You ain't missing nothing. Tell them I said it. It's America. Matter of fact, Egypt was the motherfucking first America. Why you think the pyramid on the back of your dollar? Why you spending your money to go back to baby America? A damn sandbox. So here's another symbol here that represent what you see the Pharaoh doing with his arms. This is from Hawaii, brothers and sisters. Right? This is called a Hunaku. Right? I like to say it. You just can't say the Hunaku. The ancestors gonna slap you for saying it like that. This the Hunaku. God damn it. The Hunaku. Put some emphasis on that shit. Because this is a powerful symbol. Now this is what the West Africans call the Adinkra. And the Adinkra is this little buddy right here. Uh-oh. What I do with it? Come here. Where'd you go? Come here. I can't grab it again. Gotcha. Come here. Gotcha. Put you back right there. So what the West Africans call the Adinkra, the European turned to the atom, and the Hawaiians call the Hunaku. Right? I like that shit. You know, that's how them Hawaiians said the Hunaku, you know. But this is also a goddess, man. Even in Hindu, they had this shit in the form of Mama Kata. Let me show you. They personified it as the goddess. You see? She got 4 arms, man. And that's because the Pharaoh got his arms crossed. She's a pole with an X, y'all. She's the asterisk. She's the X with the pole. She is the Adinkra. She is a personification of this right here. And she represents rebirth through the Great Mother. All right, through the Great Mother. The reason you see her chopping up that man is for the reasons I told you earlier. She represents the North Pole, which is the Ripper or the Reaper. This is the Hindu version of the Reaper or the Ripper. She rips you up. That's called decomposition. It ain't nothing to be scared of. She's a beautiful goddess. You got to open up your third eye, and this shit won't be scary to you. When you open your third eye, you're going to have an aha moment, and you're going to have a smile on your face, and you're going to say, damn, man, my ancestors was beautiful. Because you're going to have a new respect for this goddess now. People who ain't got their third eye open, the powers that be telling them that this is Satanism, but this is Saturnism. And Saturn is a battery. They want to hide it under fear. They don't want you learning how to generate the thing that'll empower you because they got you calling it the devil. Let me show you something, man. They got you calling it poison. Look at the damn poison symbol. The poison symbol is the goddess. She represents energy. Why do the damn Europeans got this shit as the poison symbol? Why? Because if we ever find out this knowledge, it's going to be poison to their symbol. And guess what? I got news for you. The Europeans turned this goddess into the poison symbol, and the R&B group who just so happened to know what I know. I don't know if they was Masons, but they made a song called Poison. And what they was trying to tell you on an esoteric level was that the Great Mother became the poison symbol. That girl is poison. That girl is poison. That girl is poison. But what she represents is the atom. Today she is poison. But guess what you got to realize though? The root word of poison is poise. Poise. And guess what poise means? Balance. Poise is the root word of position. Position. She gives birth to the positions of the compass. She gives birth to north, south, east, and west, because she's the North Pole. She's the compass. She's the compass. And all energy enters her mouth. She's going to eat you up and shred you up. That's what this north represent. You going to heaven. Hey, look what her mama mouth at. Look at her mouth. She represent north, baby. When you going to go into that mouth, and when you go into that, she going to chop you up. She represent the reaper, the ripper. This is what breaks down our ethereal energy as we ascend or explode. So she represent the journey of the soul, and the compass represent what I was showing you earlier, how we explode and we are received by the four angels, or the four angels of the earth, north, south, east, west. The north one being Jesus, or the high seat, the artist seat, the throne of God. Okay? So she represents all of that. That's why it's the sword and shield. All right? I'm going to take that off. I'm going to take that off. Here go the great mother right here. And we'll continue, man. We'll continue. So the who not cool, right? You can see the zodiac around this thing. Okay? Because all of the zodiac are turning, because this is what's turning it. This is like a roulette machine. I live in Vegas. You're like a ball in a roulette machine, and wherever that ball lands at, they call it your birthday. So when you were born, you entered the earth, and this shit was a certain combination, and we call that your birthday. But when you leave, this shit gonna be a certain combination, and we gonna call that your death date, which is your birth date in your next lifetime. Your death date in this life is your new birth date in the next life. And this wheel is keep on turning, and as it turns, spirits are coming out of it. So think of a jack in the box, right? You turn the handle and jack pop out of the box. That's what's happening. As the sky turns, souls are dying. Somebody dying right now, and they leaving through the sky. And the sky is turning. As the world turns, guess what? Gangsters make the world go round. What do you mean, Brother Sanchez? We are gangsters. We are a gang of stars. When you leave the earth, your body explodes into a cluster of stars, or a gang of stars. And this is what turns the ether. The dead empowers the living. In other words, it's like a hamster on a wheel. Because what powers this thing is ethereal energy. So you ask yourself, what feeds the earth its ethereal energy that it needs to keep turning? Death is what feeds the earth. That's why they have these gods eating the people. It wasn't to be taken literally. That's why the great mother was cannibal. She was eating people. But they want you to take it literally. She wasn't literally eating humans. It's a metaphor. She represents this thing in the middle is like a blender or a shredder. It shreds up our ethereal energy so we can exit the earth like a great healthy explosion should exit. So as souls exits the earth, The ethereal energy that leaves the body is what propels this thing in the middle of the earth called the North Pole. What am I telling you? Dead people make the world go round. What am I telling you? Gangsters really make the world go round. Meaning all these explosions of people dying and being born is what's spinning the sky. Ethereal energy. In other words, look at it this way. Have you ever been inside of a building with the spinning doorway? Remember, like in Alabama, when you go downtown, they got these kind of doors that spin around. Y'all know the doors I'm talking about. They ain't the regular doors. It's like when you go through the prison, when you going through the prison, the little doors that spin around. Let me see if I can find one. You know the little door. This ain't it right here. I'm talking about something else. It's a spinning door. What it's called? Get in the chat room. Help me out. Help me out, y'all. Give me that little. It's some kind of spinning door. It rotates as you go in it, and it keeps on turning and turning and turning. Y'all know what kind of a turnstile door? Yeah, something like this, yeah. And it just keep turning. Yeah, there we go. This is, listen people, when I say gangsters make the world go round, that's what I'm talking about. What's causing the North Pole to spin is children being born and people dying. As people enter and exit the earth, this door keep on turning. And since somebody is being born every millisecond and somebody is dying every millisecond, death and life is constant, y'all. That's what you got. There's never a moment on earth where death or life is not taking place, because death and life is a stream of energy, of constant flow of energy, like water. You see what I'm saying? Coming and going. It's like water, man. Energy can't be created. Death and life is just energy passing through a rail. Traffic, man. This is traffic. And we say it's life and death, but it's traffic. As energy leaves and enters the earth, it spans the doorway, which is the North Pole. So this look like a hamster wheel or a Pharaohs wheel, right? And you can see it spinning. Can y'all see it? Let me see. Yeah, y'all can see it spinning. So just like a hamster on the wheel, and every time a hamster run on a wheel, it generates energy, because you know they do got that. I don't know if you know that, but you can buy your hamster wheel to power your cell phone. They can hook the wire up to the hamster wheel, and when your hamster get on the wheel, you can be storing energy to recharge batteries and shit. So the North Pole is like a hamster wheel. Think about it, right? A hamster wheel. Ham is the name of God. Stir is star. A God star wheel. When you say God star, it's saying gangstar. Okay? The God star is what happened before you explode. But when I say gangsters make the world go round, that North Pole shredding your light up into a burst like this is what powers it. It needs something to shred. So as people leave the earth, they go through a little door. But the door that accepts them also shred them up. In other words, when you enter this door, you exist as a bunch of different copies of yourself. Think about a bunch of different people in each little chamber. but it ain't a bunch of different people. It's a bunch of different copies of you. So when you go to the bank, you put your ID card in a little bit of chamber. And that is science. That's like esoteric science. They learned that system from nature, man. You put your ID card in one of these to transport that information and energy. Just like you walking through a turnstile door. Same way the North Pole works. And as people come and go, it's like a turnstile door that's fucking shredding up. It's a vortex, man. People coming in, people leaving out, and it's a system that maintains itself. Because the souls leaving out, when they go into that thing, it separates them for safe exit so they can fit through the ethers, like I showed you earlier. The souls coming in, it presses them together because they coming in as fragmented pieces. So it works in reverse as well, depending on how you enter the earth, depending on how the earth reacts to your energy. So babies are entering the earth in particles, in fragments. And the way the earth interact with their energy, see the way this thing flow, energy that's coming to that, see, energy that's coming into the earth is compressed, and energy that's leaving the earth is decompressed or exploded. So as the soul enters the earth compresses the soul into a body that's made out of the earth. Earth, water, wind, and fire. That's the suit that the soul gonna need to live in this place. We're like astronauts. And when we leave the earth, we leave our astronaut suit here, the body. Okay? And what we really are breaks down and decompresses. They tell you that when the astronaut is coming back, the astronaut gotta decompress. They're giving you this science on another level. Compression and decompression is implosion and explosion. That's why the North Pole is a reciprocating hyperboloid, which goes from being a diamond to an hourglass, diamond to an hourglass. Right now, you're looking at it in both shapes because it is a paradox. Listen to me. Some people see an hourglass. Some people see a diamond. But that's the mystery of the six-pointed star. The mystery is that it's a paradox, y'all. The paradox creates paradise. It's a diamond and an hourglass. It's an inhale and an exhale occupying the same spot. Where they do that at? That's the miracle of life, y'all. That's the miracle of life. If I told you to inhale and exhale at the same time, you couldn't do it. But yet, that's what's going on at the North Pole, a vortex. A contraction and expansion happening in the same space at the same time. It's very amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and now that we see about this this is like a turnstile door. And now we see why the Pharaoh body is shaped this way. Now, if you ever went inside of one of them doors, you got to squeeze your little body up in there like that Pharaoh doing. You see, you got to go up in that door the way the Pharaoh's showing you. You see, you got to tighten your body up the way the Pharaoh doing. Because this is how nature transports energy. We are electric energy, and electricity flow through cords or tubes. So I think that's it for today's lesson. I want to take the time and thank all of y'all for coming out, for rocking with me. It's 3 hours, and I think 3 hours is a perfect place, perfect for what I gave you. Perfect timing for what I gave you. Hold on a second. What's good? What's good? What's good? Yep, it's me, folks. And I'm just here to say goodbye to you. Thank you for joining me. Hold on a second. Got a lot going on, man. All right. It's a little better. That's a little better. All right. Yeah, how y'all doing, man? We dropped a lot of Jews today. They don't want this shit that I'm teaching popular, so like it, share it, help me make it go viral. But I appreciate every last one of you for tuning in and the love that you show. Couldn't do it without y'all support. Let me give a big shout out to you all who sent in super chat donations. Queen Goddess Namaste Ashe, my sister, appreciate your support. Y'all don't have to do it, it just makes my day that I can give you gifts and I can get gifts in return. You know, it's a mutual bond that we got that's unbreakable. And my haters, they hate that shit. Shout out to my brother Anthony Baker, man. Appreciate the support, my brother. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to Mind's Eye, always supporting. Hoop Daddy, what's good, brother? Appreciate the support. Blaine Bun, what's good? Said, thanks for the crystals. Remember to support Bro Sanchez via Patreon. Yep, you want to know the different ways you can support me, get in the video description area and be thorough, look around. All of my links and different ways to support is there. Thanks, Blaine Bun. And Jerk Beasley, once again, with another donation. Appreciate you for that support, brother. Be strong. Again, to my brother Willie Lil John and Glitch in the Matrix. Appreciate all of y'all. Shout out to my brother Mark Monagan. Ain't saw you in a while, brother. Appreciate the love, man. Much love to you. If I have time later on tonight, I'll go live on Flat Power. If you want me to go live again, hit the like button, share the video. Meet me on Flat Power TV. If you ain't subscribed to Flat Power TV, make sure you do so. Make sure you following the videos that I'm uploading on Bro Sanchez TV as well. Because we getting it in over there, man, going into this plasma-based universe, this electric universe. All right, so I'm going to leave y'all, man. I appreciate you for joining me. I appreciate for all your support. And peace and much love.